Hello everyone, it's Roidman, and welcome back to Scalar. Last time we failed at fighting this thing, and now this time we're continuing fighting this thing because I decided to switch up my controller just to see whether or not switching my controller would actually work. I did got it through, almost through it on the first attempt, but it took me a lot more attempts here at this point. So I'm just going to give an explanation on how you battle this thing, because it's more of a post-commentary. Of course, with this first phase, you just have to shoot the claws fast enough before they punch you. For some odd reason, I could never get these claws shot enough before he hits me at least once. In the second phase, this was the phase that's most annoying. You have to shoot its brain, or basically those yellow cores that are on his back, while shooting these other creatures that are just flying towards you. This was the phase that basically made me rage quit against this thing, because this is very unnecessary for a rail shooter. It's just not fun. I had to go and do research on how to beat it. There's no good guide on it. But luckily, this is the only boss that actually has this in question. Otherwise, you just have to constantly shoot its back. There are a few sections that you can do, like that one section where it's going around the mountain. Take this time to shoot those items and try to regain some health. Now, the Rattlecrab will try to basically go into like certain sections on the map. If you're like under him, don't bother trying to go up and down while the ladybugs or baby crabs or whatever they're called basically try to fly under you. Focus on the crabs first so you can basically make sure that your health is good. Once the crab's more center, go back into shooting its head, but otherwise, if it's not centered enough where you can actually have enough time to shoot and kill the bugs at the same time, it's really not worth it. Another thing to note here is this. If one Rattlecrab hits you, you do have an invincibility frame of dodging another one. So that is something that you can use to your benefit if they're just overwhelming you that much. Otherwise, it does loop to a section. For example, I believe this section is where he'll start flying more towards the left. At this point, you're getting closer back to the health. What I would recommend doing is stop shooting at the Rattlecrab here and just focus on the enemies until you can get to the proper HP thing. At this point, just conserve your HP and make sure that you try to live as fast as possible. This does take a long and tedious time, and that's probably why this boss is very horrible. It's just because of how time-consuming this boss takes. As you can see, I try my best to get some form of HP, but unfortunately I do miss. So I do have to live with the fact that I'm not going to get any more HP from that. But I do end up taking out an R-pod and eventually that last pod that's on the right. Luckily for you, this next phase is not as hard as the last one. Instead, you are targeting its tail when it's charging up. Hit that tail before it hits you. And at that point, let loose on its mouth. But remember, those little bugs are still going to be flying at you. So keep in mind of the tail first, because that'll still do damage to you. But while you're shooting its mouth, make sure you're also paying attention to the bugs that are also firing at you. So as you can see, I'm just shooting the tail as much as possible. And now we're getting back to this section. Like I said with the last phase, just focus on the bugs. But if that tail is going up, make sure to shoot it, because that is something you can't really dodge. As you can see, I do try to get some more hits in because the bugs are within my path range. Now here you want to be very careful. Yes, you can get some more HP, but I do recommend grabbing some HP because that thing hits you automatically afterwards. But it's around after this section, yeah, after this tail section, I actually finally defeat it, and I will return you to the audio.
Yes, finally! I don't have my headphones on, but yes, we beat it. Okay, Yes, I collect the stupid lizard egg. I defeat the stupid crab flying monstrosity. This thing was annoying to defeat. No voice acting needed. Just give me the stupid egg.
Leon? Hello? Leon!
Your mom's named Jillian.
How do you know? What's going on?
It's all coming back to me. I understand.
I don't. So fill me in, okay?
Remember when you told me that your father left you when you were young?
Yeah. My mom raised me on her own. She had to work 2 jobs.
Your father, he didn't leave you.
Yeah? Well, what do you know, you ugly lizard freak?
Listen to me. Long ago, back in my glory days, I was a research scientist studying the portal phenomena. I had just created the portal beacon and accidentally got sucked into this world. Luger captured me. He took the beacon and tortured me to find out how it worked. I never cracked. Never.
So what's this have to do with my father not leaving me?
My last name was Jenkins. And my wife's name was Jillian.
Get out!
Bobby!
You're my father?
Bobby, I'm so proud of you.
Proud of me? You don't even know me. And I certainly don't know you.
I understand. This is going to take a little time.
Yeah. I think a lot of time.
Yes, I would love to save. Yes! Save for the love of everything. I do not want to battle that thing ever again. Next time on Scalar, we're going to the next area.